The British Prime Minister's first stop in Turkey, paying her respects at the mausoleum of the country's founding father, Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, a leader revered for saving Turkey from the ashes of the Ottoman Empire and the European powers that carved up the remains. Then, back to business in what's been a busy weekend for Theresa May. Fresh from her endorsement of President Trump in Washington, D.C., a staunch show of support for President Erdogan in the Turkish capital, Ankara.
Turkey is one of the UK's oldest friends. Our relations stretch back over 400 years, but there is much that we can do in the future to build on that relationship together.
And so far, it appears to be working. As the UK looks to a future away from the EU, President Erdogan offered this reassurance.
As two NATO countries, we always stand in solidarity and work in this manner. We discuss the joint steps we can take together, particularly in defence cooperation. I believe our cooperation will be very different from now on. We aim to increase the annual trade from $15.6 billion to $20 billion.
Turkey is an important, if complicated, ally for the UK, much like the UK's other ally across the Atlantic. The fierce criticism of President Trump's ban on travellers from Syria and other Muslim-majority countries entering the US is a poignant issue, one that is keenly felt in Turkey, a country that spent $26 billion sheltering refugees.
There are 55 million refugees in the world. The number of countries who are members of the United Nations is around 200. The number of refugees make up to more than 50% of their population. Therefore, this problem cannot be ignored, and it cannot be solved by building walls.
Also, as two NATO countries, another major issue was discussed: security and the establishment of Turkey's fighter jet programme by Britain's BAE Systems and Turkish Aerospace. A deal that's worth $125 million. Other European countries may have criticised President Erdogan for his crackdown on the country's institutions following last July's attempted coup. But for Britain, it would appear that it's business as usual. Sonia, Gallego, Al Jazeera.